Hello and welcome guys. Today we have a game between Tagada and Blodir on this map called Hollow. So I don't really know much about this map. There's not really much reclaim, 2000 mass in the entire map. So let's see how this player decides to go. So here we have, well, second land with 4 pigeon, then 2 pigeon and there. Probably taking advantage on this tree reclaim. And here we have similar second land on the 4 pigeon. And then adding 3 pigeon and going no, actually 6 pigeon her factory. Can I sustain this? Well, almost. Okay. So we have the first scout out for Tagada. You can see the expansion of the engineer. There is already one here grabbing the max. The mass and here the same one, so similar plays. Just scouts going on at the moment. We have 2 mantis versus 2 femmes. Blodir going Seraphim, Tagada Siren, and they decided it was not a good fight. And so this engineer will be able to build his max and keep going. Since here it seems that everything is spread around, the map control is crucial. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of choke points on your base, but these choke points have all maxes. So. Okay. ACU. This ACU is moving in the middle, and this one is kinda doing the same. There's not much to fight for apart this PD. And here we have already units ready to deny these maxes, and here the same. We have most of the spam redirected north for Blodir, while Tagada is more spread around as he can now, sending units in front of the ACU. So here we have a skirmish going on. Doesn't look numerical advantage is in favor of any of the 2 players. So looks like her has only been used defensively, nothing has happened apart from some scouting. Assessing the super unit superiority, decide to push or retreat. Here there are more units for Tagada, they will be able to deny this engineer. On the middle not much going on, ACU haven't met each other and the Blodir is moving south. We have slightly more mass for Blodir, but the total mass income is quite even. So this fight is even too, because these mantis are not together. We have 3 mantis try to kill 1 max successfully, and now they have encountered resistance. Blodir came here to get this max and then he's gonna go back. He's gonna lose this max and probably this radar, that was really good. On the other side of the map, there is one other here though. Here looks like that Tagada is able to take these 2 maxes and at the same time is able to deny these 2. But now more troops have been redirected on the north. We have 1 engineer here and another one, I don't know which one, has the order to build these maxes. And here these mantis have been able to progress till this max because all these units were streaming one by one, so the numerical advantage was in Tagada's favor till now. And now we have the first ACU fight, Blodir retreating in face of few Mantis, but he hasn't lost many HP. So again, Blodir slightly less more mass now, missing these 3 maxes, and this one has been kinda like denied now by Blodir. He has quite enough troops here to have an even fight against this band of units, but they are closer to their reinforcements, so in the middle again we have a little band of Mantis supporting Tagada, but I decide to leave them away, not give free kill to Blodir. Blodir decide to build another radar here, and now we have a big clash of troops on the north. Seems kinda even, they're gonna leave a lot of reclaim here, and it's definitely closer to Tagada's sides. On the bottom looks like that Blodir redirected some of the troops to support his ACU, and Tagada took advantage of it, attacking with a nice concave formation here, doing a lot of damage. So messing now Tagada has 1k mass lead, due probably to the superior generated income from the maxis. Looks like that Blodir now is facing a bunch of units, so he can take advantage of his ECU to trade some hit point for some kill, hopefully 1 veterancy. Now looks like Blodir wants to take advantage of the air sitting here from Tagada, and he's actually doing a no-zone job, killing most of the planes without taking any damage. Here we have an even fight in the middle, clashing of forces. It looks like Tagada has the advantage though, so he'll be able to reclaim this mass field. This mass field has been reclaimed by engineers, and now Blodir still has to use his ACU defensively. Lots of troops going for him now. These troops in the bottom doesn't look like they are able to sustain the pressure of this amount of units, and Blodir finally won't have decided to build some aggressive units such as bombers. Boom, when they are packed together, bomber can do a lot of damage to platoons. So some air has been, anti-air has been forced out. Now the mass income is even. On the top though we have some artillery fight, but looks like Tagada has more units, so we'll be able to push all the way probably back to these maxes. Still this bomber doing damage, no response with interceptors. But they're slowed down to these 2 anti-air, so he probably has to redirect them on other positions. So these maxes have been in Tagada's hand for a long time, while these ones now have been taken out, well, slowly but surely probably. And there is one Mantis that's sneaking that has been killed by bombers, and here we have the 2 ECU facing off each other, with Tagada at full hit point, but Blodir has 2 kill away from the first vet or something like that. So this bomber is still doing some damage, but now some anti-air, not many, has been mixed in, but enough to kill the bombers after a while. And the 2 ECU here are facing each other, not doing much. They are trying to send engineers in order to take this reclaim, and while Blodir is building a factory, Tagada is pushing, going straight in front of the units, taking some damage. And Blodir is forced to fight, going for the vet. On the top, this a mass of mantis definitely devoured the Seraphim forces of the north. And this one are not big enough to take this, so Blodir definitely not in a good spot now. Looks like the mantis spam worked quite well for Tagada. He's building anti-air, a radar, and then a factory to take advantage of all this replaying. And as I said, at the north, this force can't be stopped, not enough units. Both players decide to stay on the Tech 1 level, not moving on Tech 2. Since there are lots of places where you can attack, you want to be mobile and do damage as soon as possible. 7,000 hit point, 5,000, so Tagada is a little bit pickier on the hit point, but he has double the amount of units, so not much that Blodir can do at this point. He has lost so many units up here. Still has one tank, and still this unit are not dealt with. And now we have a mass of troops on the bottom that Blodir cannot possibly do much against it. He just can only clash on it, do some damage with his ACU, try to use it as best as he can. But the artillery here are killing all these tanks, and Blodir decided to go in. He realized that he has no map control, but now he's overwhelmed by the sheer forces of Tagada, and boom! So that was a nice Tech 1 spam war won by the Mantis. And of course, you see how high-rated players really play with units well bunched up. They try to not send single units to suicide. That is what many people like me do. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game, and see you next time. Ciao ciao.